Welcome to The Debate, where we explore differing perspectives on substantive issues. Today, we're diving into a really foundational text from early Christian history, Clement of Rome's first epistle. It's quite a powerful letter sent to the community in Corinth, which was frankly torn apart by deep divisions and unrest.
Serious stuff.
Exactly. And so our central question for us today is this. When things fall apart, like they did so dramatically in Corinth, what does Clement primarily advocate as the path back to stability? Does he champion, let's say, unwavering adherence to established authority and structure as the paramount means to restore order? Or does he emphasize things like personal humility and love as the truest foundation for lasting unity and legitimate governance? I'm going to argue that Clement's urgent call really is for structural obedience, to reestablish a clear hierarchy.
And I'll be contending that while yes, order is obviously important, Clement ultimately sees moral character, specifically humility and love, as let's say, the deeper, more enduring solution for achieving real peace and legitimate authority.
Okay, so Clement's epistle, right from its opening lines, it confronts what he calls this detestable and unholy sedition. Faced with this chaos, he meticulously details a divinely ordained order. And not just, abstractly in the cosmos, the sun rising, seasons turning, that sort of thing, but very specifically within the church. He reminds the Corinthians that the apostles themselves appointed their firstfruits to be bishops and deacons. That's pretty explicit. So his counsel to submit yourselves unto the presbyters and to respect the appointed rule of his service, well, that isn't just friendly advice, is it? It's a direct, practical mandate designed to quell the discord by upholding the hierarchy. For Clement, maintaining these clear roles and submission to the appointed leaders is just crucial for any institution's survival. And I think that's a lesson that still resonates, in any organized community, then and now.
Yeah, I appreciate that emphasis on reestablishing the external order. But Clement repeatedly dives deeper than just structure, doesn't he? He underscores that the root cause of the sedition, as he states pretty early in the letter, was jealousy and envy, strife and sedition. He contrasts this ugly reality, with Corinth's earlier state, their virtuous and steadfast faith and their conduct, which he praised as being lowly in mind. So Clement doesn't just address the symptoms, the outward chaos, he goes straight to the disease, the inner attitudes. He extols Christ's profound humility as the ultimate model, and he defines love as the bond that joineth us unto God and, crucially here, maketh no seditions. So his ultimate plea, it seems to me, is for repentance and a return to the seemly and pure conduct which belongeth to our love of the brethren. That suggests that true, lasting unity is predicated on, moral character and relational integrity, not just on structural compliance.
Right, I see why you highlight the moral dimension, definitely. However, Clement's narrative of the rods of Moses, you find that in chapter 43, that really drives home the importance he places on established, visible order. He recounts how God supernaturally confirmed Aaron's priesthood, remember, by making his dry staff sprout. And Clement explicitly states this was done that disorder might not arise in Israel. Now, this wasn't solely about inner virtues, was it? It was a visible, undeniable act by God to establish a definitive hierarchy and resolve disputes over religious authority. For Clement, this divine precedent, it seems, shows that reestablishing a clear, unquestionable structure was the immediate and primary solution to a chaotic situation. It was about preventing further great peril that threatened the whole community. Doesn't this kind of pragmatic, divinely sanctioned approach suggest that for Clement, getting the structure right is absolutely paramount when sedition takes hold?
That divine precedent for order is certainly undeniable, I grant you that. But isn't it equally significant how Clement diagnoses the problem in the first place? He attributes the sedition directly to headstrong and self-willed persons. And he challenges the arrogance of those creating the factions. He specifically states, "Let a man be faithful, for so much more ought he to be lowly in mind, in proportion as he seemeth to be the greater, and he ought to seek the common advantage of all, and not his own." Now, that's not just about the mechanism of authority, is it? It's fundamentally about the moral quality of those holding power and the spirit of service within the community. I mean, if the leaders themselves aren't humble, if they're not genuinely seeking the common good, can any imposed structure truly hold? It seems to me that without that underlying virtue, any order would just be fragile, destined to fracture again the moment individual ambition eclipses the well-being of the community.
Look, Clement's epistle serves as a powerful reminder, I think, that stability and peace, especially when things are falling apart, often hinge on respecting and maintaining the established order and those appointed to lead. Its enduring relevance, maybe, lies in that urgent call to counter disruptive forces by reaffirming foundational structures. That seems like a necessary first step for any community trying to regain its footing and, frankly, ensure its survival.
But Clement also reminds us, quite forcefully I'd say, that genuine unity has to be deeper than just mere institutional compliance. It demands a fundamental shift toward humility and genuine love. These serve as the moral bedrock for all legitimate authority and communal harmony. So his message really challenges us, even today, to examine the character and the motivations underlying both leadership and dissent. These are lessons profoundly relevant, I believe, to any community facing internal strife.
Perhaps the true genius of Clement isn't really in dictating a single path, but maybe in showing us that enduring unity requires this constant, delicate dance between structural accountability and deeply ingrained virtues like humility and love.
Right. His letter forces us to ask, can true order ever really last without a moral foundation? And conversely, can virtue truly thrive without some kind of guiding structure? It leaves you with a lot to think about.